In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on August 27, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Commanders versus Baltimore Ravens. The Commanders and the Ravens are a rivalry we rarely see during the regular season, but the Battle of the Beltway is today when Washington travels up Interstate 95 to M&T Bank Stadium. Not only is this the last chance to impress coaches and fans before the final round of cuts, but history is on the line. The Ravens enter Saturday's game with 22 straight preseason victories. The streak dates back to 2016 and has eclipsed the Packers' former record of 19. Lamar Jackson and Carson Wentz expect to see some time on the field to shake off the rust as these teams tune up for Week 1. Washington scored just 6 points over the first 3 quarters in their preseason opener versus Carolina, limping to a 23-21 defeat despite a late surge. Carson Wentz went 10 of 13 for 74 yards in the loss, and Alex Erickson caught 2 balls for 56 yards. In the Commanders' second exhibition game versus the Chiefs, Washington gave up points in every quarter during a 24-14 loss. Sam Howell went 10 of 18 passing for 122 yards and an interception. Alex Erickson led the receivers on 3 grabs for 44 yards. Over on the Baltimore side, they didn't have a ton of trouble versus the Titans in their preseason debut, eventually posting a 23-10 victory with points in every quarter. Tyler Huntley had 109 yards and a touchdown on 16 of 18 passing, and Shimmer Bridges posted 62 yards and a touchdown on 4 catches. In Game 2 versus the Cardinals on Sunday, the Ravens scored 14 points in the third quarter on the way to a 24-17 victory. Quarterback Anthony Brown posted 91 yards with 2 touchdowns and a pick on 10 of 13 passing, and Isaiah Likely added 100 yards and a score from 8 catches. A young team filled with plenty of bubble players eager to prove themselves, a chance to make history, and a short road trip right down the road. This has every element of going Washington's way. They are trying to solidify their offensive talent while filling gaps defensively. Carson Wentz will keep developing his relationship with his targets with more live reps. The defense faces a set of mobile quarterbacks, which might be a slight issue for a banged-up defensive front. At some point, this meaningless streak is going to end. Washington also should play their starters at least a series or 2 as they look to get more offensive production against Baltimore backups. The Commanders will be motivated and rested, so the Washington Commanders to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Washington's backup defense and starting defense are a concern. They gave up 23 points to Carolina at home and 24 to the Chiefs, who once again did not play veteran Chad Henne. They went with Shane Buechele and Dustin Crum. Anthony Brown is better than those guys, and Baltimore will want to see if he can step up as a backup in the case that they deal Huntley. This game has the potential to break the recent trends and to get over the total of 40 because of 3 factors. 1 is the extended reps of Wentz and building that connection with his weapons. 2 is the inexperience of defensive players on both sides of the ball. An injured Chase Young for the Commanders allows them to get younger players a chance, but it does leave them vulnerable without the number 2 overall pick in 2020. 3 is the projected chance of rain, which could lead to a few mistakes for young defenders. Both teams should put up some points in this one as the Commanders will put out their first string offense to start the game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bears versus Cleveland Browns. The Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns will wrap up their respective preseasons with a Week 3 matchup in Cleveland. For the Bears, it is the start of a new regime as first-year head coach Matt Eberflus takes over for a team looking to get back to the playoffs for the first time since 2020. The Cleveland Browns have had an offseason full of turmoil as the team parted with former number 1 overall draft pick Baker Mayfield and brought in Deshaun Watson in a trade with the Texans. Watson has since been suspended for the first 11 games of the season, leaving the Browns to rely on veteran quarterback Jacoby Brissett for more than half the season. Strap in as the NFL has its final weekend of dress rehearsal as teams get set to cut their rosters to 53 players next week. The Bears are 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 road games and 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. The Browns are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. The over is 4-1 in Bears' last 5 road games. The under is 4-0 in Browns' last 4 games overall. The favorite is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. The Browns are looking to end the preseason on a high note to start the season strong. The problem is that the Bears are entering this game having already taken their first 2 preseason games led by proven NFL caliber backup quarterbacks. The Bears should drive down the field throughout the game with Trevor Siemian and Josh Rosen leading strong drives down the field and picking apart the Browns secondary, which will likely rest some of its best players. The Bears should also limit the Browns offense with Nicholas Morrow and Matthew Adams stepping up in the middle of the field to limit big runs and disrupt passing lanes. The Cleveland Browns have played well through 2 preseason games, and they're at home here, which counts for something. However, this is the last preseason game for both teams, where guys who are locked into a roster spot don't play and weird things usually happen. I don't like laying anything more than a field goal in these spots. Also, the Chicago Bears aren't a good team, but they somehow keep finding ways to win these meaningless games. The Bears should take care of the final preseason game to bring their record to 3-0 in the preseason altogether. So the Chicago Bears to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This line jumped 3 points, presumably with the Browns' announcement that Brissett would see significant minutes in this one. Brissett plays a much different style of quarterback than Watson or even Baker Mayfield for that matter. He is far more of a pocket passer and a check-down quarterback, in the mold of his first mentor Tom Brady. He will likely play a half, but I don't expect an offensive explosion in his time on the field. Fields is a far more explosive quarterback, but he is still going through a learning curve of his own, and I don't see him leading multiple touchdown drives in this new Bears offense at this point. Both teams will turn to their benches in the second half, and the scoring should be marginal at best in the second half. Interestingly enough, the 41.5-point total is a number that is a combined 1-3 based on the 2 teams scoring thus far in the preseason. With points being down in the preseason and both teams looking stronger on the defensive side of the ball, expect both defenses to step up and control this game. The Browns should limit the Bears' offense with Perry and Winfrey and Alex Wright particularly stepping up on the defensive line to generate pressure and limit rushing lanes. The Bears should eliminate the Browns' offense with Nicholas Morrow and Matthew Adams patrolling the middle of the field, while in the secondary, Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker step up and limit passing lanes while also creating turnovers on errant passes. This should be a low-scoring game with both defenses stepping up. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Eagles versus Miami Dolphins. It's the final week of the preseason in the NFL, and that brings us an interconference clash on the gridiron in South Beach. The Philadelphia Eagles are on the road as they travel to face the Miami Dolphins tonight. Philadelphia comes in off a narrow 21-20 road victory over Cleveland in their most recent preseason contest Sunday afternoon. Miami was beaten 15-13 at home by Las Vegas in their most recent contest last Saturday to drop them to 1-1 in preseason play. The Dolphins own a 9-6 edge in the all-time regular season series and have won the last 2 meetings, including a 37-31 win at home in the most recent matchup on December 1, 2019. With this being the last week of preseason play, expect both teams to play hard, wanting to end on a win. For the Eagles, expect strong quarterback play from Minshew and expect the running game to have a factor as well. But on the other side, expect Miami's rookie playmakers to come out firing once again. Zamir White should expect to see more touches not just in the running game, but passing as well. With his speed, the Dolphins will have a place for him on the field. As for the quarterbacks, even if Tua doesn't play, the magnificent play by Skylar Thompson this preseason will be too much for the Eagles' defense. Rookie wide receiver Ezukama should expect more targets, and tight end Mike Gesicki could be a factor as well, as he only had 3 catches for 27 yards, but he had 6 targets. The Eagles are a tough team, but playing on the road here in a meaningless game gives a slight advantage to the Dolphins in this contest. So the Miami Dolphins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Philadelphia has gone over the total in both of their preseason tilts entering this contest. The Eagles saw a combined 45 points in their loss to the Jets in a game that had a total of 35.5 points in their preseason opener. Last week, Philadelphia and Cleveland combined for 41 points to go past the total of 35 points that was set in that contest. Miami has split their 2 preseason games in relation to the total heading into this game. The Dolphins saw a total of 50 points in their wild preseason opener with Tampa Bay, blowing past the total of 32.5 points that was set for that contest. Last week, Miami saw the offenses sputter as they combined with the Raiders to total only 28 points, which was well short of the 41.5 point number set in Vegas. With that said, expect more offense in this contest as this one settles in the low 40s over the projected total as our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.